Global markets are crashing. Crude oil prices has spiked to $88 per barrel. In today's video, we will break down exactly why this happened. And we will cover the FII DII data, the latest US-Iran-Kuwait escalations, and then we will move straight into result season like Reliance, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, and more banking and cement stocks related earnings. Let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to Stock Market Meridian. Today is 20th July 2026 and you're watching today's pre-market report. Starting with the US markets, all the major indices closed in the red, reflecting continued selling pressure. Coming to the European markets, only the FTSE 100 managed to close in green, while the other major indices ended the session in the negative territory. Now looking at the Asian markets, Japan markets crashed nearly 4% on Friday, and today it will be remain closed due to government holiday. China markets also ended with heavy losses. Meanwhile, South Korea's Kospi index plunged more than 6% on Friday and has opened today with another 4% gap down, indicating a continued weakness across Asian markets. Overall, the global market sentiment remained weak and highly volatile. We will discuss about the GIFT Nifty at the end of this video. Now let's move to the commodities market. US WTI crude oil is currently trading around $82 to $84 per barrel, while Brent crude oil is trading nearly $87 to $89 per barrel. This sharp rise in crude oil prices remain one of the biggest risks for the Indian markets today. In Indian commodity market, crude oil futures closed with a gains of nearly 4%, while natural gas futures ended up with 2.5% higher. In the precious metal segment, Indian gold futures closed with a slight positive bias, whereas international gold futures are currently trading in negative zone. Similarly, Indian silver futures ended almost flat, while international silver futures are trading in lower. Now let's check ADR's data. On Friday, Infosys and Dr. Reddy's Labs ADRs closed in negative zone, while Reliance Industries, ICICI Bank, Wipro and HDFC Bank ADRs ended the session in the positive zone. Now moving to the FIIs and DIS data, institutional activity remained quietly low on Friday. FIIs were net sellers worth 376 crore rupees, while DIS were net buyers worth 1017 crore rupees. At the moment, FIIs activity suggested a wait and watch approach with no strong directional positioning. Now let's check the economic calendar. On Friday, Europe's CPI inflation data came in exactly as expected and was lower than previous reading, indicating easing inflation. And India's foreign exchange reserves data also increased slightly compared to previous week, which is a positive sign for economy. Today, Japan's market will remain closed and tomorrow there are no major global economic events scheduled. Before moving ahead, a quick reminder. I upload pre-market report every morning before the market opens and also post-market report every evening after the market close. So if you don't want to miss any updates related to global markets, company results, institutional activity and important market news, make sure to subscribe to Stock Market Meridian. Now let's continue with geopolitical developments. Iran has officially accused the United States of attacking an under-construction nuclear power plant inside Iranian territory. Meanwhile, Kuwait confirmed that one of its major power generation and water desalination facilities was hit in Iranian attacks. This is a second attack on the same facility within just 2 days, causing major fires and forcing several power units to shut down. In another major development, the US Central Command confirmed that one American service member was killed in Iraq on Saturday. This is come after an intense Iranian drone and missile attack on military base in Jordan, where 2 US soldiers were killed, one remained missing and several others were injured. Adding to the tensions, a senior Iranian military commander warned the United States that any further military actions would receive a strong and decisive response from Iran's armed forces. These developments continue to keep global geopolitical risk evaluated. Now let's check the quarterly results. Reliance Industries reported revenue of 3,11,850 crore rupees, showing strong growth on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis. EBITDA came in at 51,403 crore rupees, also registering healthy growth on year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis. Net profit stood at 23,000 crore rupees, improving on quarter-on-quarter but declining on year-on-year due to last year got an exceptional gains from high-value investment sales. margins softened compared to last year. Overall, Reliance Industry delivered a strong set of results, and the year-on-year profit decline can largely be ignored because of the high base created by exceptional gains last year. Next, HDFC Bank reported total consolidated revenue of 1,33,110 crore rupees, which is remained almost flat on year-on-year but improved on quarter-on-quarter basis. Bank's net profit came in at 19,244 crore rupees, declining sharply on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter. Net profit margins improved on year-on-year but weakened compared to the previous quarter. Gross non-performing assets declined on year-on-year but increased slightly quarter-on-quarter, while net non-performing assets declined quarter-on-quarter but remain higher than last year. Overall, HDFC Bank results were disappointing and fell short of market expectations. Next, ICICI Bank reported total consolidated revenue of 79,689 crore rupees, increased on year-on-year but declined on slightly quarter-on-quarter. Net profit stood at 15,440 crore rupees, showing growth on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter. Net profit margins also improved. Gross non-performing assets continued to decline, while net non-performing assets remained slightly higher on quarter-on-quarter but lower on year-on-year. Overall, ICICI Bank delivered another healthy quarter. Next, Axis Bank reported total income of 43,212 crore rupees, showing solid growth on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter. Net profit came in at 7,632 crore rupees, rising strongly year-on-year while remaining almost flat on quarter-on-quarter. Margins improved on year-on-year but softened on quarter-on-quarter. Both gross non-performing assets and net non-performing assets improved on year-on-year but increased slightly from previous quarter. Overall, Axis Bank results were average, neither significantly positive nor negative. Next, Kotak Mahindra Bank reported total revenue of 30,068 crore rupees, registering strong growth on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter. Net profit stood at 5,480 crore rupees, showing strongly yearly growth and quarterly growth. Margins improved year-on-year but declined on quarter-on-quarter. Gross non-performing assets improved on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis, while net non-performing increased year-on-year but improved quarter-on-quarter. Overall, Kotak Mahindra Bank delivered a good set of numbers. Next, Punjab National Bank reported total revenue of 37,953 crore rupees, which declined slightly year-on-year but improved on quarter-on-quarter. Net profit came in at 5,814 crore rupees, mainly supported by lower employee expenses. Margins expanded year-on-year but softened on quarter-on-quarter. Both gross and net non-performing assets showed strong improvement. However, overall revenue growth remained weak. Overall, Punjab National Bank's results were mixed. Next, IDBI Bank reported total revenue of 8,633 crore rupees, with stable year-on-year growth but lower quarter-on-quarter performance. Net profit came in at 2,127 crore rupees, improving on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis. Asset quality also improved. Overall, IDBI Bank posted a good quarter. Next, Yes Bank reported total revenue of 9,924 crore rupees, showing strong growth on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis. Net profit stood at 1,071 crore rupees, improving year-on-year but declining slightly on quarter-on-quarter. Asset quality remained stable with improving non-performing assets, and overall, Yes Bank delivered strong, largely stable results. Next, RBL Bank reported total revenue of 4,762 crore rupees, growing strongly on year-on-year with slight sequential decline. Net profit came in at 234 crore rupees, improving on year-on-year but easing slightly on quarter-on-quarter. Both gross and net non-performing assets continued to improve. Overall, RBL Bank's results were satisfactory. Next, Tata Technologies reported revenue of 1,664 crore rupees, showing growth on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis. EBITDA stood at 304 crore rupees, improving both on yearly and quarterly. However, EBITDA margins declined sharply on yearly basis. Net profit came in at 180 crore rupees, increasing on year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter. But net profit margins also weakened. Overall, Tata Technologies reported a disappointing quarter due to pressure on margins and profitability. Next, JK Cement reported revenue of 4,031 crore rupees, registering strong year-on-year growth and stable quarter-on-quarter growth. EBITDA stood at 686 crore rupees, improving year-on-year but declining on quarter-on-quarter. Margins softened. Net profit came in at 274 crore rupees, declining sharply compared to yearly and quarterly basis. The overall JK Cement's results were weak. And last, Indian Cement reported revenues of 1019 crore rupees, showing a slight year-on-year decline and a sharp sequential fall. EBITDA improved significantly year-on-year but declining on quarter-on-quarter. EBITDA margins improved. Net profit stood at 26 crore rupees, while net profit margins weakened as compared to previous year and previous quarter. Overall, the Indian Cement delivered disappointing results. Now on your screen, you can see the list of companies scheduled to announce their quarterly results today. These stocks are likely to remain in focus during today's trading session. Now coming to the Gift Nifty data. On Friday, Gift Nifty closed in 24,395 level and today they have opened at 23,370 level, indicating a muted start or slight gap down in our markets. That's all for today's pre-market report. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Stock Market Meridian. I will see you again in this evening with another today's post-market report. Until then, thanks for watching. Signing off. Bye bye. Jai Hind.